I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 23, Volume 7. We're almost all the way through it, but this is a two-parter, definitely. So we've got an EMI here, 2, somebody's written beside it. I don't know why it's 2, because I guess it's the second tape. Doesn't say anything else. Manufactured and designed in the UK, this one. So was it Thorn, wasn't it? Thorn EMI Group. So I think they merged together, didn't they? That's the original logo up there. So we've got an EMI tape, and on here, I think we've got, well, to be fair, there's quite a lot of stuff. Somebody's actually written quite a lot in here. So let's open this up. And we've got in here, we've got Crisis, we've got Crossroad, we've got Firetrap, Rainbow, Garden and Rocket, and on the other side we've got Everest, Rapids, Lunar Jetman, Star Trail, Scrabble, Roman Empire, No Instructions, and Dallas. Dallas will be an CSS one. I think that's what they were called, weren't they? Anyway, so I've got to rewind this. Look at that. It's all the way through. But anyway, this is a 60-minute one. We've got the first side, which obviously has got Crisis on there, and then we've got the other side with all the other stuff on it. So without further ado, we'll get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down our favourites, which is basic, and load it. So basic, load it, or load speech marks, and then we'll see what's on this tape. I have a bad feeling about this one. I didn't, before I did the intro, before I really tested the tape, I didn't realise there was actually very little on this one side. There's a lot to play, but very little in the scale of what's actually on here. So I'm quite excited. I've no idea. Well, Crisis was quick. Okay, let's run Crisis. That's pretty awesome. Kind of cool for a bit of code, though, isn't it? That was a really quick one to load, to be honest with you. That was a bit old school. This is going to be programs, though. Somebody's programs. But as I say, I didn't realise how little was really on this side of the tape. So we'll see how we go, depending on whether or not I flip this over and we try the other side. Because there are more things on the other side, like Everest and Rapids and things like that. I do like it when we get somebody's programs, though. That's kind of cool. That's not a bad start, actually. First thing to load, Crisis. Or Chris's? Maybe it's Chris's, like crosses. Chris. Wasn't Crisis, was it? It was Chris. I can't read. Yeah, I didn't bother with school, you know, it was very, very unimportant to me. No, I'm only kidding, no. But yeah, Chris, wasn't it? It was Chris, not Chris, rather than whatever else, like in Criss Cross. That kind of makes sense now. Right, okay. That's a very simple program, though. Look at that. Oh, and CLS. Is that CLS? No, let's continue. Delete. Is it X? Clear. That'll do. We'll do clear. Then we can see the screen. List. So basically, an integer of Y, integer of X, and an integer of Z, and then you do R plotting R equals Y to X stepped by Z with an integer of random whatever. Okay, fair enough. So there's and then it plots it on the screen, draws it, does it. Do you know what? How powerful was that for what I would say is 11 lines? It's not bad. Well, actually, line 110 is unrequired. I don't think. No, 110 isn't required because you're just repeating the go to 10. So there's only 10 lines in there. It's quite a lot of it, and one of the first lines is very much a full command line in one. You know, with all of those integers, all of those variables being stated in there. Very clever. Right. Okay. Let's see what else we got on here. Load it. That was a good start, actually. I like it when they're a good start. You know, when you get something straight away, and we actually get something that we can look at. I forgot how good it was. Anyway, I've got coffee. I hope you've got a beverage too. I've got a Love Hearts mug. This is a Love Hearts before they started doing things, you know, like where it says hot stuff and yummy and fancy and candy and sweetheart and things like that. You know, before the modern day versions would say things like Grindr and Tinder on it and swipe. That's what they say nowadays. It's not. It's totally changed. You know, it's not like it used to be. Probably doesn't say anything really controversial now. other than those things. Maybe it says OnlyFans on one of them as well. Love hearts, those chalky sweeties. Do you remember them? Still get them, actually, to be honest. Those chalky sweeties. This is very quiet. This is what worried me about this tape when I was listening to it earlier. But coffee is good. We like coffee. Alright, okay. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here. And we'll see if we can... there we go. Wasn't that much further on. It was just a little bit further on. This is meant to be... I can't read it. Hang on. Need to zoom. Crossroad. This is another. Maybe this is a version of Frogger. I'm hoping it's actually all personal programs. I love it when they're personal programs. We get an insight into who wrote them in the first place. This could be part of the huge collection. If you go back a little bit, the huge stock of tapes that I was sent by a chap called Kenneth. He sent me his entire sort of collection. It's like, well, how many tapes was it? It was like 300 or 400 tapes, wasn't it? It was an unbelievable number of tapes that were involved in that. I've got some more coming from my one of my other sort of regular suppliers of tapes. They're somebody who brings in, buys bulk from people and then discovers they've got a whole load of other bits and pieces there. Right, let's do a list. Crossroads. Okay, please wait. There's some pokes and some data in there. Okay, let's just run it. Let's run. Please wait a moment. I will wait. Waiting a moment. Do I want to read the instructions, which is really badly corrupted? Yes. Oh, this looks like a version that's been ripped from, and I've said this before, from the Cascade collection. Guide your man across the road, avoiding the trucks and the motorcycles. Yeah, it's the Cascade version, but taken off and put on here. There are 4 homes to be filled at the top of the fences. Once you're in the home, it's filled, the speed will increase, and the homes will empty. The controls are, that one's forward, and those ones are left and right. That works fine. Any key to play. Yeah, this is the Cascade version of it. It's counting down to something. Bottom of the screen. I think we're broken a little bit here. Somebody's done a variation of the original one. Game over. Not sure. I would like... yes, I'd like another game. Somebody's broken the graphics on it. Look at this. I can't... It is... That's proper broken, isn't it? That's proper broken. That is really, really broken. That's had it. Let's do a new, and let's do load it and see what else is on here. This is going very quickly. This may not be a two-parter. It may not be a two-parter. We've got Fire Trap next, and this is very short apparently again. These could just be the bare minimums here. On the other side, we definitely have things that are a thing. Yeah, let's just see what the basic programs are first. We'll see whether or not they've got them. I used to write a lot of basic programs, put them on tape. I kind of regret that. When that thing happens where people take you to get rid of your Spectrum or whatever else it is, and well, it's talked about in the past. It was sort of taken to charity, not charity, to car boot sale. Somebody probably got an absolute bargain that day when they picked up my entire Spectrum collection. Do you know the funny thing is, there's a weird nostalgia in my head for the games that I purchased, that I got from sort of the local market. One of which was Sinbad, which was the one from the Mastertronic one. The other one was Finders Keepers, and a weird nostalgia in my head for these things. Buying Green Beret was also a big thing, and buying that soft aid tape. I don't know about you, but I found that a real struggle buying that one, because I liked compilations at the time because it was a good value for money. You got more for your money when you bought a compilation, but buying software for me was kind of a struggle. I struggled with the whole idea of the graphics are all over the place again. You are in a burning spacecraft. You are the plus. Move using the cursor controls. Your aim is to get higher levels before you run out of oxygen or get trapped in the blocks. After every level, you get 100 points. and more oxygen. Right. I can't get up so far. I'm getting up so far. The exit's over there. I don't know how I'm making through levels though. Well done, I made it. I think I'm meant to avoid these things, but so far they haven't hurt me. They just slowed me down a bit. I guess the oxygen is the thing here. Yes, I did it, level 3. Can't get through that, but I can get through. I don't know why I can get through some blocks and can't get through others. It's alright, actually. It's not really getting higher, though. It's getting E for exit, isn't it? I have to go. Over and out. Game over and the statement over at the end. That was alright, actually. That was alright. I didn't mind that one. What was I talking about? Can't remember what I was talking about. Something weird, wasn't I? I was talking about something weird. As usual, nothing. But as I say, I used to like writing games like this. It was, but as I say, mine were taken to car boot sale, and that probably would have included my personal tape of sort of games that I created and things that I did. I remember creating a game where you had to get from one side to the other, and every time you move, boulders dropped on the screen. They couldn't drop on where you were, nor could they block your, forward, up, down, and left and right. So they couldn't block that. That's why they couldn't fall. But they could fall everywhere else on the level. So it would fewer fall. And the closer you got to the exit, the more of those would drop. So the start was one place, and the exit was the other place. It was a very simple game. The boulders were blue. I don't know why I made them blue, but they were blue. The edges were green, like hedges, and the main character was a little. What was he? What colour was he? He might have been green actually, and the edges might have been like not yellow or something like that. Either way, or he could have been yellow, and the edges could have been, but either way, and it was black as well. The background was black. So, and all you did is, as I say, start at the beginning. It started randomised on the left-hand side, and then you made your way to the right-hand side, and you got points for every step you took. And then if you got to the exit of the level, you got a few extra points as well. So it was kind of cool. I quite liked it back. Quite liked it. That was one I generated and created myself. I was quite proud of myself for that one. But yeah, these things are kind of lost to time. It's a bit like this little lot. They're all lost. You're not necessarily going to see them again. There's a big gap here, and then it goes to something else. So let's fast forward a little bit. Big gap. Huge gap, in fact. Very big gap. Yeah, very, very, very big. Anyway, how you been this week? Have you all been busy? Have you been doing anything good? I was up early this morning. I don't know what about you, but I was up this early this morning. The weather was oh, rainbow. There we go. Yep, that's the next one, rainbow. Yeah, I was up early this morning, and I don't know why, but I was just up early, and I thought I'll get some stuff done, get some videos and things like that sorted. And sometimes I think the weather's been a bit funny this week. It's been sort of hot, and then we've had more sort of, I guess, humid days at the end of well, this is interesting. What are you going to do with it once you've whizzed around a bit? Is that all it is? Is that what it does? It's kind of cool. It's very Jackson Pollock. It's like somebody vomited on the page. Nice bit of math going on there with the circles and the energy involved in that. There's a squiggle going on. Oh, hang on. Is it repeating itself? Look. I'm looking at the pattern here. It looks like we're getting the same pattern everywhere. Oh, it's now filling it. That is kind of cool. In a strange way. What the hell is going on with the bottom of the screen now? And there it is. It is our rainbow. That's very nice. I liked it. Sort of tribal, isn't it? It's like if the Spectrum did tribal, that's what it would be. Yeah, I like that. Right, okay, then let's see what else we've got on here. Let's have a little load. Rather enjoyed this. It's been very sedate, but at the same time quite good. But yeah, so I was up early thinking about just getting things sorted, videos sorted, and then obviously moving on to to do this tape now, which of course it looks like we're going to be doing the other side because without a doubt there is. Oh, hang on, brace yourself. We've got garden coming up. I was hoping. Do you know what I was hoping it was? Because I know it's on the Spectrum as well. I remember it on the BBC. Do you remember Granny's Garden on the BBC? It's kind of this thing about doing witchy things. I was always quite impressed by that. Look at that. It's green grass with some flowers in it. That's blooming brilliant. Still drawing the flower. There's another one. It's actually quite smart, that, actually. There's another one. Kind of like that. There's some art involved in all of these. Whoever did this, that was very impressive. I quite like it. It's quite nice to see. And look, your artistry has not been lost to time forever. It's still here. I'm playing it right now, or I'm looking at it right now. You're not lost. This is history in the making, isn't it? This probably hasn't been loaded in many, many years. Did anybody see it? Is this a stock program of a book, or is this somebody actually thinking out about something and creating something? Does make me wonder. I quite like that. I think that's quite cool. And there's some bugs flying around the garden now. They're kind of eating everything. I'm going to get some very fat bugs. The old beeper going there. It's a very bug-filled garden, that's for damn sure. Right, let's press the brake button. Let's start. Let's do new and let's see what else we've got. I like it. Do you know what? These are some of my favourite tapes when we find other people's stuff. We've got Rocket next, and then it says end, I think. Rocket. Whatever happened to EMI? Do they still exist? I think they do, don't they? I'm not sure they went anywhere. I think the only thing that really happened with things like EMI and things like that is they kind of, I guess they became part of other things. I found out recently though that Disney's now is now third when it comes to wealth for a movie company. A lot of its stuff's bombing at the moment. None of which surprises me, to be honest with you, but a lot of it's bombing at the moment. So they're not doing very well. They've forgotten to write stories. They're just putting I guess diversity in for the sake of that they have to, instead of actually doing a movie and writing. But yeah, they're bombing at the moment. I tell you what, I'd like to see more of proper Star Trek again. I was in the comments, Meth Productions often comments, and thanks for doing so. And he was saying that he's watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I always liked Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Think about it, it's a bit like. Funny thing is, if you watched Star Trek: The Next Generation, there is an awful lot of effort required to get past, I think, the first couple of seasons, and then it starts to get into a rhythm of not being so daft. And I think it was daft for some of it. I definitely think it was daft, So, and it takes a while for it to get into a rhythm. And I think the same applies to Deep Space Nine. It takes a little while to get into a rhythm. It's more location based than necessarily in random locations. Although they did have the opportunity to go different sort of planets and all this kind of stuff. And of course, then you have the Dominion Wars, which is awesome. But then, of course, they also did Voyager. You see, I think they really had to. I think they had their things were working then, and of course, then they did Enterprise, and I can't believe they made it a fourth season. You can tell that there was no budget for the fourth season. The fourth season is it fourth? Fourth, yes, I think it is. Fourth season is dreadful. The fourth season's budget is awful. It's like Skyrim though. It's funnily enough, it reminds me of Skyrim. It makes me laugh because it's got the same sort of storyline. So if you've ever played Skyrim, Skyrim's one of the things is it's the Imperium. One of the backdrops of the whole thing is the Imperium. Forget the sort of Dragonborn thing. If you go with the other one of the side quests, I guess it's the Stormcloaks versus the Imperials. And you have to choose sides, and that's basically Enterprise. They have like a problem with anti-alien people versus people who want the Federation to flourish and things like that. The birth of the Federation. It's kind of cool. I quite liked it. Rocket. Here we go. Am I meant to fire? Hang on. Let's list the program and see if we can find a button to fire with here. Looking for an in key, isn't it? That's what we're looking for. There's a beep. Go to user. Gotta list this again because it's quite short. This had potential. In key P. Look. Then print out whatever else is P. It's P, look. If I'm line 185, if in key P, then print a that thing. So that's what it is. That's the button to fire. Pardon me then. Would have killed him. That would have killed him as well. Oh, the code's good here, by the way, because you can actually push that button and it doesn't affect the speed of things going across the screen. Somebody knew what they were doing here. This is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. The little vapor trail behind it. Boom. Oh, I got one. Got it again. Missed it. He got me. Oh, game over score. Bloomin' heck, that was good. That was really good. That's really well done. That was well constructed. What was that called? It was called Rocket. Score 3. Yeah, I like it. I don't think there's anything else on this tape. I'm going to do load it, and we'll see if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else here. We'll have a little fast forward, but I think we're pretty much done on this side. But that was a great start to what's on the tape. You can't go wrong with a bit of own programs. I did like Rocket. Rocket was good. Shame that it finished by kamikaze in you. I thought I was going to be the plane, but I wasn't. I was the man launching the rockets. Oh, there's definitely no more on this side. Right, let's drop it. Let's rewind the tape on the other side and let's go for that. There's Everest on there, Rapids. There could be all kind. Do you know what? Considering what we've just done there. Sorry about the cough. Considering what we've just seen there, there's a good chance that the side 2 has more of the same. I'll be actually quite excited about that because I do kind of. These are things we're rescuing history. We're historians. We're Indiana Jones of the ZX Spectrum world. That's what we are. This moment in time, we're currently rummaging around looking for the Holy Grail. That's what we are, with Sean Connery on our side. Possibly not, maybe not Sean Connery. Could be Sean Connery though. You never know with Sean. But that's who we are right now. Indiana Jones. Or we're Lara Croft with our pointy bra. That's us. That's Lara. We're Lara Croft, currently trying to force the poor butler into your vault for the second time round and shut the door on him because it is funny, and we've all done it. If you haven't done it, you should do it. Yeah, there's a possibility in Tomb Raider to actually do that. To be fair, I quite like the remake Tomb Raider games. They're quite good actually. Have they made 3 of them? I think they've made 3. There's kind of a remake of them, and they're pretty good. They're gritty and gory and like Tomb Raider was. You know, you're fighting dinosaurs or something insane like that. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, try this again. Try it again, and then we'll put it in the other tape deck if this doesn't work. It does say Everest. This is the what they called, something Shepherd, isn't it? No idea. Can't remember. No, that's not having that. In fact, we'll change it over to the other tape deck right now. Let's save time. Let's go for it. I was going to do this in 2 episodes, but it's not 2 episodes. There's too little content for 1 episode. You need. Well, you know, for 2 episodes, we need more. You need more, don't you? You demand more. That's a good solid signal. Go for it. Oh, bytes. Right. Load code then. Load code. Let's press the button. Got a history there, the background noise, the hum, the white noise of it all, the pulse. Have you ever seen that movie? That's pretty good actually. I quite like the pulse. It's kind of like where the white noise is crazy and eats people alive. That's what it's about. Nothing like a good sort of middle of the range horror movie. Do you know what I was watching today though? And I quite like it. And I mean, you can say it's a little. I mean, there's a little sexualization in it, realistically, just a little bit, tad, but not too much. I was watching Dead or Alive, the movie from 2006, and it's quite good actually. I quite like the action sequences in it. I think it's I'll be honest, it's not overrated in any way, shape, or form. It's all right. Come on. Yes. Excited about that. Dead or Alive. Do you remember Dead or Alive? The games? They came out originally with the PlayStation 1, and it was one of the features of it was the rigidity. That was a good word to say. Instead of saying bouncing boobs, I would say the rigidity of the ladies' bosoms. So how bouncy they were was one of the factors you could turn into it. But actually, as a 3D beat 'em up, it was sharper graphically than things like Tekken and things like that. I know it was Tecmo, I think, who owns it. Tecmo owns it. The only thing is with Tecmo is unfortunately fell into the trap of wanting to sell more and more DLC. Nowadays, if you want to play the latest Dead or Alive game, DOA they're called, Dead or Alive, DOA game, you if you want to change the colour of your outfit, you have to sort of pay a couple of dollars or a couple of pounds, because we'll do it that way, just to change your outfit colour, and then if you want to change it back again, you don't get that colour. You have to pay to do it again, and that's the scummiest element of all those kind of things. But back when it was good, it's like when EA was good. Do you remember EA made Jungle Strike and Desert Strike? They were blooming brilliant games. I love playing those. Back in the days when did they do what's the name of the head thing? Can't remember. But anyway, there was one with Decap Attack. That was it. Did they do that? I think they may have done that. But anyway, back in the day when they were making and I mean, even then they were cheap. Do you remember they made their own cartridges so they didn't have to pay Sega for the privilege of using Sega cartridges? So they had their EA ones with the little yellow tab on the side. Thankfully, Sega were kind of like, oh, okay, fair enough. But the point is they did, because they're EA, because they don't like paying money for anybody. But even then, but back then they used to make great games. There was some really good games back in the EA stables of old. It's a shame, isn't it? It really is a shame. Actually, though, thing is, I haven't played it about EA in a while. I mean, Ubisoft were back then as well. My friend of mine has just bought Zombie with an I, which is an amazing game. It's kind of based on, is it Day of the Dead? Day of the Living Dead, something like that. The George Romero movie, basically, where they all end up in the supermarket. That's what that's based on. He's bought it recently. I think he got a bargain at £100, and I really should have bought it, but never mind. But he bought that recently. And it's I mean, to be fair, it's a great game. It's well designed for the time, and this is the thing. They used to make well designed games. They make them all live services now. What's going to happen to your favourite single player game that's connected as a live service now when the live service ends? Yeah? What's going to happen? It's going to stop working, and then even this actually expands back to games from the late or the early 2000s. Oh, that was a good start. That worked really well. I was very impressed by that. That worked very good. Let's see if we can find it. But on PlayZX size. Yeah, this happens to games even from the sort of the mid 2000s. They literally don't work anymore because they need a live they need something to connect to. And I know people are out there cracking them, but if your game's not very popular, it's Everest Ascent. I'm not sure this is the game, but this is the only one that's called Everest in here on the PlayZX anyway. So we'll put that on. I don't think it's this one. We'll find out in a second though. No, it's not, because that didn't do load code. That didn't do load code. This is the wrong Everest. This is something, the different Everest that was going on there. It's a shit. Oh no, well, there's the load code bit. Maybe I just missed the program part off. Don't know. It's possible, I suppose. Right. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we're living in a nightmarish age, especially as we really don't have time to dedicate to everything we can do. There are thousands of games out there. I am as guilty as most. You know, I have a gigantic Steam library. I have a gigantic GOG library. I have a gigantic Epic library for games that I haven't paid a single penny for yet, because I'm not buying it from Epic. I don't know why not. I don't think they're that big a bad, but to be fair, it's one of those things. It's like they give me free games, so I take their free games. GOG I like sponsoring because they have old DOS games, which is quite nice to resurrect them on modern computers, and a decent collection of Linux-based ones. Same with Steam. Epic, on the other hand, haven't done that. So I suppose that's probably my objection to Epic. But yeah, I've got gigantic libraries. So, you know, 501 of them, and 500 another, and 200 and another from Epic, where I haven't paid for a single penny for any of them. I think I've said that a few times, but it's true. I would highly recommend, if you're a PC gamer, just signing up to Epic and just taking what they give you most of the time. I wouldn't go with the ones where it's freemium games and they give you gold tokens or whatever else, which is what they seem to be pushing, by the way. Don't like those. I just want the full games. But the point is that, with the exception of GOG, most games there that they've got, and they do tell you which ones can't, are sort of DRM free, which means that they're going to work beyond the time scale that a particular game is there. And we have run out of time to play everything. What we do is we tend to go back to things that are familiar, that we like coming to this channel and listening to me do the same familiar things over and over again, because we all like it. Sorry, it's true, but we all do. We all like the same stuff. We like to hear the same rants occasionally over and over again. But so here's the point, though. You know, I go back to things that are familiar. Skyrim, 2012 that came out. Or was it 2010? Not even 2010 it came out. I'm sure it's 2012, but was it 2010? Can't remember. Anyway, so let's just say, for ease's sake, it's 12 years old at least. 12 years ago, Skyrim came out on the Xbox 360. I played it on the Xbox 360 massively. Got back into PC gaming, bought it on the PC, played Skyrim. Still play Skyrim, still start up new characters and play Skyrim. By the way, this is before Bethesda became part of Microsoft. Still play Skyrim to this day. Same with Fallout, still play Fallout. Still play, oh god, what other games do I still play? I think those are the main ones. I still play Masters of Orion. I love playing Masters of Orion. I can waste days to Masters of Orion. I started playing Castles and Kingdoms again the other day. Again, another old game. When it comes to games, the problem is we're playing all the old ones again because we have time for those ones because we know what we're doing with those ones. And those are the ones we come back to over and over again. And I'll be honest, I can understand it completely. So the investment for games on one that may be what we call live service, it's going to be pretty bad. I mean, I've invested lots of time in that Helldivers game that I keep going on about, Helldivers 2 game. Yes, that's a live service one. Do you know what? I think in my head, I've kind of accepted that in someday, in the next 5 years maybe, that'll be it. It'll be off. But you never know. Those developers might keep it running. I suspect they'll change the way that the dungeon master it to be done by AI, but I suspect that's the case. Richard Shepard was the name I was looking for. Sorry, Richard. Somebody's been naughty and stolen it. Okay, the objective is to climb to the top of Everest and meet a number of hazards on the way. This reminds me of another game that was on Epic. I got for free. I was going to buy it from Steam, but the Epic was giving it away. Now I can't remember its name. I think it's called Summit or something similar, which is basically the same sort of idea, climb up and down mountains, but with a little character up and down. Very much the same idea of this. Press I for inventory. We're setting up base camp. We've got to feed people your Sherpas food, which other people carry your stuff backwards and forwards. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward, this. You've got £1,000 to finance your expedition, and you've got to choose the equipment properly, right? So we need to hire somebody to help us go up and down the mountain. So let's hire Joe. Because Joe looks like he's got 5 for the thing, which is midway. And I don't want another one end to finish. So we've hired our Sherpa. What do I need? The following. I need... let's just say we want an axe. We want a tent. And we need some rope. And right, okay. You must now purchase supplies for you and your team. 1 Sherpa. How many days do you need? 5. Position 1, or position so far, you have 1 Sherpa, combined daily rate of £5. Rations, got some money left. Right. There's my equipment. Camp for the night. 8, continue climbing, ascend. Let's ascend again. Isn't it night? Yes, we'll see you at camp. Establish a base if necessary. No. Refreshed. New strength. Right, okay. A to ascend. A vertical drop wall. The rock is too crumbly. Use ropes. You must use the ladder. You cannot go any further. Right. Oh, can't go any further. D to descend. D to descend. You've received a total of that in donations, so we can keep building our characteristics up as we go. Let's bring John with us, because John looks like he's not very strong at all, but it'll do. And then we need to get the rope. John will carry that. And we need... Do we need the ladder as well? And then we can end. And then we'll need 10 days of supplies. That's quite a lot of money. We've still got some cash left over. Any key. Any key. Any key. We need to go ascend. Ascend, can't, it's night time, see at camp. Delete that. See at camp. No, not establishing a base. We're refreshed, A to ascend. Fortunately, you have this item. Cool. We've ascended past it. A. It's night time again, see at camp. We're refreshed, we're ready, new strength. A to ascend. A to ascend. You need a plank, so we have to then descend to get the plank. You get the general gist anyway. We're over and over again. We're going through the thing. Pretty cool game. I think it's. We would use the word procedural generate nowadays, but it's not. It's just random, isn't it? It's a random generation back in the day. We used to love that though. Randomization was a flipping brilliant thing. It really was. Excellent. Right, let's see what we're going to get on here. Look, I've got into the tape deck for fun. Easier to do it that way. There should be rapids. I think it's rapids. I think it's going to be rapids. Big gap here. Yep. Oh. Right on it. Fast forwarded too early. Some more coffee from the old Love Heart mug. Spectrums are the best. That's what it says in one of them. It's true. It's absolutely true. Spectrums are the best. Everybody knows. It's like schoolboy wars all over again. It's going to be interesting, this one, because I don't think there's going to be a game called Rapids on here. It looks like a very fast loader from what's on here. It looks like a personally generated game again. Right, I'm going to try it again. Okay, go for it. Fact. We'll take it out here. We'll put it in the tape deck, the other tape deck again, and we'll go for it. We'll try it. Come on. In this tape deck and give it a try. I don't think there's going to be a game called Rapids. I really don't. Well, apart from Dizzy Down the Rapids. And I don't think it's going to be a very short game. Rapids. I told you it'd be a load one. It's somebody else's game. I'm excited. Let's run it. Run. Avoid the obstacles by pressing 5 and 8. Cool, I'm on it. Pressing the key to start. Ah, right, it's one of these. Oh, I love this. Look at the speed on this. It's well designed. Enter your name. Get in there. Oh, that's brilliant. Whoa. Whoa. Look at the speed on this. Oh, it was brilliant. I'm going to do Space Demon, so I've got a space. Look. Buy Demon, higher score. Oh, no good. That's really good. Look at the speed on this. And you know what? If that had got graphics on it, you'd have been on this. You'd have been like, skier goes down it. You know, if you put some decent graphics on it. That's flipping brilliant. A few little code things in it to increase the number of things appearing every so often. A little bit of... Oh, trying there too hard to steer. That's really cool. Really like this. Wow. Okay. That was cool. I got my name in again. Plumbing awesome. That's great, by the way. That's really good. I really like that. That just needs a bit of graphical work. That would be brilliant. You have come to the end of the game. Change the end of the game. Change the line 20 to make it longer. All right. Wow, how quick is that as a game as well? That's a very little code there. You could just copy off the screen, by the way, if you wanted to see what was. That was actually really good for such a simple little game. I'm loving the I'm trying to work out why it runs so fast and doesn't sort of stutter with the way they're doing it. Is it because of the way that they've? Let me list that again. Is it the way that they've done the inkeys and the way they've? Look at that. It's this poke out here. That poke there and the poke there at the beginning is doing something to the clock speed. It has to be. It has to be. Because that must be the way that it's speeding it all up. That is very clever. There's something going on here between that line 5 poke and that line 90 poke. Somebody's done something clever there that sped something up and slowed it down. Line 21. I'm impressed. I am impressed. That's really cool. Right, okay. New. Let's see what else we've got on here. This has been a really good fun tape. I love them when they're fun like this. What else have we got? Out of the Wrist could have been anything, by the way. Oh, sadly, I think we're into the proper stuff now. Like Lunar Jetman. Yeah, sadly, I think they were into the proper stuff instead of the homemade stuff. Not a big fan of Lunar Jetman. Not in comparison to Jetpack. I always think this Jetpack is a better game. I mean, it's good. It's not quite the same. It's actually very, very hard. There's a whole bunch of buttons to press and everything. I've got a comment on the YouTube channel about what was it? Trans Am, and this is worrying, isn't it? This is where makes you feel old. The person had found a little bit of nostalgia from it in the sense that they used to play with their granddad on Trans Am. It just makes me feel old. That very old indeed. It's not that long ago. Yeah, it is. It's 40 odd years ago. 40-something odd years ago. It's amazing, isn't it? Time just flies. You know, 1 minute you're young, the next minute you're old, and then if you're lucky, you get to die. You know, it just happens all of a sudden. Yeah, you got to rescue the mole, or the mole is what you drive, and then you have to put a bomb in it. And you got to take the bomb to the other place, but while that's happening, the creatures are like kamikazing in front of you. You have to put bridges out to let them get across. As I say, the complexity's there, but it's too complex for my delicate sensibilities, because I am very, very, very rubbish at these things. Oh, that's the coffee gone. It's good. Oh, well, it's crashed. I'm gonna find it on something else. I'll just go fast forward through that bit, and then we'll put it on. I've got it handy, I think. Lunar Jetman. Lunar Jetman. Yeah, I think that's the end of it there, roughly. Roughly, it's not quite there, but it won't be far away. Let's see if I can find this quickly. I might just do the PlayZX version because it's be easier to do that. Details in the description below if you want to know how to use that app. It's available on I don't think it'll be available on Apple. To be fair, you need a headset connector for it. Don't think the Apple devices have that anymore. They got rid of them ages ago, didn't they? What am I looking for? A Lunar Jetman. Lunar, Jetman. So many games out there, so many great things for the Spectrum, so many lovely memories from most people of their favourite games. So many good do you know what? I mean, we were spoiled, weren't we, as kids? You know, if you were around my generation, you were around with these things. We were proper spoiled. These things were great back in the day. Not only could you actually buy games and cassettes or whatever else, you could get a magazine and you could type it in. And the magazines sometimes came with cassettes as well, and we got to enjoy those. I've got a few magazines recently, actually, for the Spectrum. I've got a few Sinclair users. I do like Sinclair users. Didn't they? Well, your Sinclair, I think, had Banzai Bear, didn't they? That was the thing. They had that crazy sort of bear mascot who was Japanese. I'm not sure about why he was Japanese. I really don't understand that one. But they were like lads mags for gamers of the time. They were fun, and we used to enjoy them. To be fair, we used to enjoy a lot of things, a lot more, I think, than we do nowadays. Maybe a lighter time, less information at our fingertips. Not that I'm complaining. I like information at my fingertips, especially if you understand how to use that information in the first place. That's not a dig, by the way. I just think that's what everybody should do. I always think that if you see something and it looks too good to be true, you need to search that down and find out whether it actually is true. And then when you discover it isn't, then at least you know you weren't fooled into believing something. Because a lot of people want to fool you nowadays with what they believe or what they don't believe, and that's the worst part about it. Those who wish to do unscrupulous things with that information. And try very hard to do so. And as I say, in the age of enlightened people and things, as in the internet's there that we can use, and we still can't use the information properly for most people. Sometimes the path of least resistance is the one that they want to go with. Sometimes resistance is required. Like the Borg would say, resistance is futile. That was a great game. Star Trek Armada. Was it Armada? Yes, Armada. And then there was Starfleet Command as well. That was good as well. Star Command. They were both great games. Now, I had the Star Command board game. I don't know where it's gone. I think I may still have it somewhere. And that basically comes with gigantic sort of pictures that you need to photocopy effectively or at least copy somehow of things like Klingon warbirds, and you've got to see how they rotate into things and how they take damage from missiles and all that. Really, really good. Well, they made it into a computer game, didn't they? So that you could avoid that thinking about it. I think they took a lot out of it when they did that, though. I do. My theory being that with the board game, you had to like mark off when your shield was damaged and all this kind of stuff, and sort of rub it out again when the shield came back again, and they're like little blocks of shield. But with the computer game, of course, it did all that mathematical calculation for you. And I think I remember at the time saying this is going to be really good, and literally nobody played it. I don't think it was very popular at all as a direct result of the sort of the fact that it was all of the fun parts were taken out of your hands, which is a real shame. Because you don't want that, do you? You don't really want all the fun bits taken away. Well, good way through this tape, actually. We've got something after this one. Let's have a look at the tape. Star Trail, Scrabble, Roman Empire, and Dallas. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more games to go. I don't know how much we're going to play on Scrabble, to be honest with you. If you don't know how Scrabble works at this point, I do worry. Still internationally good. I found it amazing the other day that there's a website, I think it's chess.com, and people still play against each other on chess.com. I think there's a similar thing for Scrabble as well. And I think that's kind of nice that still exists. That people are still playing chess to that level and that degree. It's been a long time since I've played chess. I'm not got to admit I'm not looking forward to trying it again, but it might be fun. There was chess clubs. Is there still chess clubs? I don't know if there is or there isn't nowadays. Okay, let's take this out of the drive so that I've not got it sitting to one side. pop the other one back in again. Right, I'm not going to look. I'm not looking forward to this. 6 to start. Right. Right, so there's the bomb. I've got it on the back of there. Now I have to get in the mole. I've got to go to the base. No, how do I enter this bloody thing? Is it 0? Am I dead already? I blooming hate this game. Me and this game hate each other. Oh my god, what's the key to get into the bloody thing? I'm dead. It's all over. This is why I hate this game. I really don't like it. So we've got to get this bomb, right? First we've got to get the bomb, then we've got to go to the aliens. The poor old buggers have to be shot down by me. I'm not sure how we're getting it. How do I get in here? Right, I'm going to fly around a bit. I feel like I've got to press enter to get in there. What's the key? Is it X? No, it's not X. Come on, get in it. Space, anything, get in there. Oh my god, I hate this game. Oh, right, that's it, I'm done. I'm already done with it. I've had it. I can't stand that game. It's honestly, it's brutal. It's brutal. There's nothing good about it. It's horrible. It says IBM at the bottom of that high score table. That's quite funny. Right, okay, that game's just brutal and it hates me. Star Trail. I've never even heard of Star Trail. What's Star Trail? No, it's just the end of that game. Let's have a look at Star Trail. I'm looking for Star Trail. Nope, nothing there. So this could be a program again. I can't find Star Trail. I can't find a Spectrum game called Star Trail. So this is all new. This is going to be a longer episode than usual. Well, no longer, about average, should I say? About average, maybe a little bit long, just a little bit over the edge of the average. There's a gap. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Star Trail, hopefully. Come on. Program S. Okay, I'll take it. Is it a program? I'm excited if it is a program. I'm actually quite excited about these. Come on. More excited about the home brew stuff, though. The develop themselves stuff. I wish I'd known about that poke, though, earlier, about speeding things up. That would have made a massive difference to my games. You know, around the in keys and all that kind of stuff. That would have been awesome. I didn't even know you could really do that with the basic on the Spectrum. I suppose it stood to reason. It probably had to. I mean, that was the problem with the Spectrum. Basic. It was. You basically wrote it in easy to understand language, and then it was put through an interpreter. Basically, the machine interpreted what you'd written into machine code, line by line. But if you could poke or change certain parts about it easily, like somebody did with this program, you could actually improve the speed of a game significantly. I can see that where they were going to with that one that was called Crossroad. They were trying to upgrade the original Cascade. That's a Cascade. It's Cascade 50 games. So they'd already downloaded the one that was Frogger, equivalent of Frogger, and they were trying to improve on the speed of that. I can kind of understand that. I can kind of understand where they were going to with that. It's kind of cool. At the same time, it's really, really, really sort of hard to do. But I used to do it as well, though. I used to do those ones. I used to get those ones, and I could save them to my tape, and it was brilliant, and it worked brilliantly. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun changing them into different things. I have no idea what this is. This is loading a full program like this. Fingers crossed, it's something interesting. We're about halfway through the second side. I'm quite pleased I chose this tape after all. I thought we were going to get... When it said Fire Trap, by the way, earlier, which, by the way, was quite good. It had real potential, that game. I think what it should have done is, I don't know, left stuff on the screen, maybe? I don't know, as you moved around, but it had real potential. What I thought it was going to be is there's an arcade game. I have a little look on the channel. I think I've done the Amstrad version. I don't think I've done the Spectrum version of it. There was an arcade game we played a while back called Fire Trap, which was really, really good. It was just about basically you're a crazy fireman who climbs up the outside of a building, a bit sort of Rampage-esque in style. Climb to the outside of the building, get to the top, rescue the people who are avoiding the fire that's going on inside the building, raging inside the building. And I thought it was going to be that for the Spectrum. I was quite excited to actually see that. I was hoping that a few of these things were going to be something slightly different. And they are different because we're getting people's own programs rather than something else. We used to get type-ins, didn't we? Do you remember type-ins? They were brilliant. They were always wrong and misprinted, but they were brilliant. We used to be able to type them in and then spend the next 4 hours looking at them trying to work out where it had gone wrong. Because remember the old adage of computer things, garbage in, garbage out. So we would spend the billions of hours trying to get the two things to work perfectly. But other than that, the plan was flawless, as they say. The plan was flawless. I loved it. It was brilliant. We loved those things. We loved so much about back in the day. Reading those magazines. Typing in the code. Always typed them in and got them wrong. I mean, I remember Star Trail. Don't panic. Romulans and Klingons. Somebody has really got... Oh, I've got to run this. Please work. These are the voyages of the Starship Endeavour on a 5-year mission to boldly go where no man has gone before and free the galaxy of all alien Klingons and Romulans. There will be a short delay while the computer scans the galaxy. Don't panic. Right, it's doing that. It's creating it. So it's like a Star Trek game they've invented. I like it. I'm hoping it loads enough that it works. Well, the data went through there. Okay. Nonsense to the basic bugger. Near the bottom of the screen is a symbol. When you when you see this during the game, remember to press Enter and the ONCM commands to finish typing. And it's nonsense in basic. Damn. This looks like a long bit of coding here as well. Wow. There's plenty of games out there like this. This is pretty impressive. I'm travelling through Romulan space in the USS Endeavour. There's Romulans. There's Space Invaders. Look, Klingon Empire. Romulans, Starbases, Yeah, somebody went nuts here. That's brilliant. I'm impressed, actually. Sadly, they can see there's pound signs where they shouldn't be in some of the menus. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame that didn't load properly. That looked really good. Star Trail is called that one. This should be Scrabble. It might be a homemade version of Scrabble. That could be quite good. I've got fingers crossed here. Could be. There we go. Then we've got the Roman Empire, no instructions. As it says, no instructions. Dropped something on the floor. Took me a mile to get down there. No, this is the original Scion version of it. I can know that because it loads. Because you don't remember back in the day. This is the hilarious bit, didn't they? They used to say in the book about loading a program. Instead of putting just load.dit, which would load the first thing on the program, that's what that does. Effectively, looks for the first loadable basic program. It doesn't actually look for code. That's why you have to do load code when you're doing the load codes ones. But it looks for the first basic program. So back in the day, they used to say things like, if we wanted to play Hungry Horace, you had to type load Horace with in lowercase or load Horace in uppercase. But they used to do both the programs so that you could type one or the other. So if you type Scrabble there in capital letters, it would load that first one, but it wouldn't load the second one because it wouldn't need to. But of course, that's the same length of blooming time to get to the next one. So this is why everything became load.dit. Everybody was like, load.dit. That's the easy answer. I mean, I suppose if you were letting your tape run and you had loads of programs on it, you'd save them with different names. You might use the name of the program, but then you're still just letting the tape run for blooming ages with nothing actually coming across. So, yeah, I can see where they're coming from. It's for loading it for position. Maybe more applicable if you're using a floppy disk. In fact, it would be more applicable if you use a floppy disk, but ain't very, very practical when you're actually using a tape where you have to basically go through the same things anyway to get to the same points. So, not the most practical thing in the world. This isn't actually bad, this Scrabble. There's hundreds of them out there. I saw recently on Sinclair for sale or somewhere like that. Somebody was selling like 12 boxes of these sort of Scrabbles, make a chip. Tassword. Is it Tassword? Tassword, isn't it? I want to say Tassimo. Remember Tascali when they used to be about? Remember Tascali, the broadband provider? Whatever happened to Tascali? Do they still exist? I bet they don't, But they got taken over by somebody else. I mean, Virgin Media isn't Virgin Media. They just bought the name off it. They're Liberty something or other. I don't think Liberty Bell, as in the US company, but they are certainly owned by an American company. But they're using the Virgin logo and the Virgin name because it was well known at the time, and it was easier for them to still stay in that market with that. Yeah, whatever happened to Tascali? I haven't seen Cable and Wireless for ages either. I think that's a US brand that still exists, but I don't think it exists anymore in the UK. If it does, I'll be surprised. I thought NTL bought it. Do you remember NTL? Lots of things here. I'm just telling you all names. I'm just reaming off names now, just random brands for you all to listen to. Based on the analysis of Dr. Trucan. He's a Vulcan doctor, that is, from planet Vulcan. That's where they all came from. I do like the use of the Vulcans, by the way, in early Enterprise Pro TV series. I like those, actually. I quite like the fact that the Vulcans were very much guiding the Earth after the meeting of was he Dr. Cochrane? Was it Cochrane? Yes, it was, wasn't it? The first warp drive creator. And when they went to Warp 1 and the observers from another planet were there. It was seen on First Contact, wasn't it? That was the Borg one of the Star Trek Next Generation films. I think that was the height of it, I wasn't very keen on Nemesis because that was yeah, it was all right. It wasn't brilliant. Gotta admit, I wasn't very keen on the one after that one, where the Insurrection, that was what it's called. I mean, it was all right, but it was more a TV program than it was anything else. I wasn't even sure about Generations because they killed off Kirk, didn't they? In that, making him fall down a cliff or something like that. Yeah, killing Kirk like that isn't the way to go, because Kirk's Kirk, isn't he? However, I think in the books, doesn't he fall down or something similar, or get hurt in something, and then love the days when we had colour and black and white tellies. Amazing. Let's have a black and white telly this week. B. Would you like no? Number plates 1. Do you want the Spectrum to play with it? No. That's me. Anyway, yeah, the Borg find his body and bring him back to life, which is must be a completely the wrong idea, because he probably spent the whole time romancing the Borg Queen, because that's what he does. So you got to start from the center of the board, and then we've got to put a word in. So what are we going to do? And then I need to do A across, and I'm going to do tabs. T-A-B-S. Tabs. That would score. Would you like? Yes. Tabs. Right. And then you move it round again. And then I'll do D for down. P-I. Pit. Pitta? Like in pita bread? Yes, please. So there you go. I don't know if that's spelled correctly. Lose my move. Anyway. Yes, so it is what it is. I'm not very good with word games. I've never been very good with them. Oh, I think I could spell a good one here. S-A-T-A. There you go. Word accepted. Satan. I got Satan there. That's bad. I've got pile. Duh. I could do Dale, pale. There's all kinds of words you can do. It's very good, actually. But anyway, it's pretty good. And that's, by the way, the black and white mode. You see how black and white that is? So it's not actually black and white at all, realistically. I think it just changes this central section here is like the instead of being coloured, these areas, they're symbols instead. So that's how it does. Right, okay, let's see what else we've got on this tape. So Roman Empire. Oh, last week, I played Smuggler on the Spectrum. I found somebody had a copy up for sale on Sinclair for sale, so I bought it. Smuggler and Insurrection I got as well, or Insurgent was it? Insurgent. No, Insurgent and Smuggler. So I actually managed to get a copy of both those. Well, the Insurgent was another one that's from the same people, but I managed to get that, and I've got War 70 coming on the way. I've got them all coming. I'm excited. I'm a good boy. No instructions. I love the way this one says Roman Empire. No instructions. It looks like it's just a program as well. This is what we want. These are the kind of episodes of What's on the Tape you want. The ones where they're strange and different and we don't know what they are. I do like it when I pick up a tape and they haven't got anything on them. It's the randomness of it. It doesn't pass me by. I love a bit of random, as they say. Poking at batteries because they've been left on my desk for some reason, and I've just dropped them all over the floor. Oh my god! Right, that's really good. Yeah, that's why I was poking at them. I was wondering what's going on. All right. Roman Empire #1, easy level. Legions, countries, armies, attack, retreat, campaign. Legions. Okay, press the key. I don't know how many legions I've got. Armies. Okay. 1 for Brutus. Oh no, it's what I'm adding to the army. Ah, right. We're gonna add the Gaelics, the Hispanic. Yeah, all right. Okay, the Italians. #4. Let's have some Italians in there as well. To which 2. Add 5. Add 3. Okay, fair enough. And then 3 to attack. Country 1. Which country? 1. Next period. I think we may have won that. Victory! Not sure that all about, but it's there. We've done victory. That's it, 1 victory. Period 1 of the whole thing. Brilliant. Let's carry on. And the last one should be, should be a game from that CSS, so Computer Strategy Games or whatever it was. Something similar. I can't remember what it exactly stands for. I think I've got this one, actually. This is Dallas, though. I'm going to put my big collars on now, big shoulder pads, and my hat. What was the type of hat was that? Texas gallon hat or something like that, wasn't it? Something stupid like that. Something. I never even watched it, to be honest with you. I know Joan Collins was in it, wasn't she? That was one of the things she was in those early days. Well, I don't think it was early days for Joan Collins. I think she was pretty much past it by then anyway. But she was in it. There was some other things. Funnily enough, I remember finding a Dallas annual in a charity shop that was bizarrely shutting down. I mean, you can't imagine charity shops shutting down, but they do. It's one of those little subcategory ones, you know, the ones that are like, I don't know, grow legs back on frogs in France kind of charity. You know that one? You know, the one, very popular one with those people who were very into frogs and having the legs restitched back on after the French have gobbled them down. Bionic legs for frogs within the whole, you know, that's the normal kind of way. That anyway, but the Frog Bionic charity shop had a Dallas album, and I can't remember where it was from, actually. I saw it, and I gave it to my friend. It was really, do you know what? It was fun. It was fun to give him the Dallas album, and I think he quite enjoyed it. So I sent him the Dallas album. But it's a bit of nostalgia, isn't it? It's one of those things, it's like, even if you're picking it up and it's stupid, it's still funny, isn't it? It's still fun, and it's funny, and it's still quite nice that you've got these things that are out there. But this is there you go. Sorry, a CCG. Let's do the music. There you go, did the music. You are president of a rival corporation. And Ewing Associates. Your aim is to take over the Ewing. Okay. Failure will result in your own resignation. I'm going to go with 1 for moderate difficulty. Woods. Concessions, drilling. Oh God, I didn't read that fast enough. Geological setup is beginning. Texas, the Lone Star State, of course. That's where this is from. That's they spent a lot of time on their own before they joined the Union in the end. So that was what it was. Right, okay. What have I got to do? I've got to do, I'm not sure. Seismic maps. I'm assuming it's seismic line. I'm feeling lucky. I'm thinking G. And I'm thinking G, right in the middle. Boom. Get in there. Seismic factor is poor. Right, that's no good doing that then. Yes, please. We'll go with E and G. Oh, this is bad, this. I can tell. No. Can I get, buy reports or something like that? Oh, there's one there. I was not far off. Your bid. 10? 10 million? Oh my god, no wonder my bid's worth it. Drill. Drill line. H. F. Do 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 do. Well, you drilling? What? F for finance. 1 million. £1 million loans sanctioned. I don't need a really £1 million loan. L. A laying pipeline. Let's put it in G. F. Do 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 do. I'm more excited about that. I need a rig. Need a rig on H. F. Got my drilling rig on there. There it is. There's my rig. Let's drill. And let's put H and F. We're drilling. Oil strike. $3 million into the bank. So we like $3 million in the. You did it. One concession, one oil mail, Ewing Associates. Yeah, we did all right there. I lost $5 million, but we're okay. There's one there. I'm going to make a bid $4 million for that. $4 million. Bid successful. Let's have a $2 million on that one. Bid failed. Right. 3 mil on that one. I should have bid 4 million, shouldn't I? Right, okay, so I want to put rig on K C. K. A rig. K. C. Oh, they're moving the rig there. Ah, right, it goes there. Now we need to do some drilling on there. I've got taxes from the government. Let's drill on K. C. We're drilling. Made $1 million. Spent 4, made $1 million. Not a very good oil man, am I? I'm not a very good oil baron at all. Look, you can list the program, and that's cool. Simple as that. You can list the program. That's absolutely brilliant. To be fair, what a lot of fun. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else on this, so let's just do a quick new. And let's do a little load it and see if there's anything else. It's added a beep to it. Listen, isn't that funny? I don't think there's anything else here, but we'll give it a quick fast forward. No, I think that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week with Volume 8, and then we've got 2 more to go before it's a little season break, and then I'll be back in full form again. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye now.